Hi there. I got a request for one of my outfits that I made, probably back in 2012, somewhere way back there. And she wants to make it for her granddaughter's Our Generation doll. So she asked me if I thought the pattern would fit, and no, this outfit will not fit the Our Generation doll. And the reason is because the Our Generation dolls are much bigger. I tried to put this one on her, and there was at least an inch opening in the back. And even if you just enlarge it, it's not going to fit right because it's just not fitted. Because it's such a fitted outfit, it's not going to work on here. So what I was trying to do earlier was trying to get a pattern made out that would be perfectly designed for the Our Generation doll. So because I made this so long ago, I wasn't happy with the fit. It was too hard to get on, and it was hard to lace up those little 1/8 of an inch eyelets. So I went to the bigger 3/16 or 5/16 eyelets, the big ones that you get in the regular package at any of the stores. So first thing I did is I didn't keep this pattern because I wasn't happy with it. So I went and I made up a pattern again with the same exact design that I wanted, and I fitted it perfectly to the Journey Girls. I lined up the arms and I pinned it on to make sure it's exactly what I wanted, and once I got the fit, the way that I wanted it to fit, I added in seam allowances all the way around. So this is a completely lined outfit. So I added 1/4 inches all the way around this whole thing. So now what I'm attempting to do right now is to do the same thing with the Our Generation doll. So since I already had the Journey Girl to start with, you can use any regular type pattern that you have, and then just get it so you can fit it perfectly the way you want it on the Our Generation. So basically what I did is I just cut out, let me just show you, I just took one of the Journey Girls that I already had, and I started up a template, and I already know because I put this outfit on the Our Generation, and there was like probably a 1-inch gap in the front. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the one that I've added in the seam allowances on, and I'm going to fit that to the Our Generation doll. So just get something, a semblance of what you think you're going to need. Cut it out and then set it up so it's designed perfectly for the Our Generation doll. Okay, so then you can decide exactly how you want it to fit. So just get pretty close to what you think you want. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is, because they do have the whole cloth bodies on these Our Generation dolls, you want to line that up. See, already I've got a mistake because I'm not perfectly aligned in there. So let's smooth this out to get it right where we want it. Okay, the easiest way that I found to do these is fit the armholes, and then everything else is just a piece of cake. Okay. So let's just smooth that out there. Okay, I didn't do that right. Let's try this again. Okay, so we've got that pretty smooth. Let's see if it's how we want it. So let's line that up with that inset sleeve. The inset of our armhole. Okay, it looks really good. Okay, so let's go ahead and put a couple pins in. Use some real sharp pins so you don't hurt the body of the doll. Okay, so let's put one here, one here. Okay, so we'll put one here and one here. Okay, do we like the way it looks in the front? No, it's not. So we're going to move this around. Okay, so we want to line this up to where exactly we want that to be on the armhole. Okay, that's exactly the fit I want. See how it's covering the armholes there? I don't want that in my finished project. Okay, so now that's been covered, I'm going to have to even make this deeper right here. So I'm going to take a pencil and I'm going to deepen that right there. And then on the top, I like the fit. I'm going to go down the center of the doll. I'm going to go from the ear down, and then from here I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to line up her nose or her chin, and I'm going to make a line right down the front. Okay, and then I'm going to remove my pins and I'm going to test this pattern, see how I like it. Okay, so this is perfectly without, this is a perfect fit without any seam allowances. Okay, and then write on what you're doing too, so you know this is an OG. Okay, so this was our seam at the top. Okay, this was where we wanted to lower the armhole. And this was our side seam. Okay, I already know my neck's too high, so I'm going to ease this a little bit in like that. Okay, so let's give it a try on here now. Okay, so here we go. There's the armhole. We've got the side seam. Let's go ahead and put a pin here. That'll be our pivot point. So let's bring that around. Bring her arm down and see if that lines up perfectly on the side. She's still a little too wide. Okay, let's see if we like that. Okay, looks pretty good. Okay, so now I can decide how I want my pattern. So I got a pretty good fit on there. Okay, so we've got the neckline, the shoulder seam up. We got the side seam up. We've got our armholes here. I think I'm going to thin this out a little bit, just right like that. Okay, and the neck's still a little too high, so I'm going to bring the neck down a little bit like that, and maybe just a tiny bit off the armhole. Okay, and it looks pretty good down the center. And that's basically how I fit my doll clothes. So once I've got that perfectly the way I want it, I'm going to make a set of 2 of these, and then I'll have the front done. And then I'm going to do the back the same exact way. So once I have my pattern just the way I want it, I'm going to add in my seam allowances so I can get this fit exactly the way I want it. See how here on this one, this was the first one I did, the armholes fit really good on Kyla here. The problem that I had with this was it was so tight, this one is so tight on her that it's hard to get on and off. So I never finished, I finished it, but I didn't really like it. I never kept the pattern. So then when I did the one here on Michaela, I made it a little bit looser. See how it's a little bit looser, so it's easier to get on and off. You can see the armholes here. I came down a little bit. And I also made it a little bit wider here through the neck, so it's easy to get on and off. So I've been playing around with this. Michaela, she's the UK Journey doll, but she's got the same top. Her body top is the same as she's a little different shape than the other Journey dolls, but not too much. So last night I was playing around with this curtain type, and I thought, I wonder if I could actually make that into a skirt, and I think I can do it. I started with that. I haven't got the top done, but I was just testing to see how it would look on a doll, and I think you can come up with something that would look pretty much close to that. You give you the same shape, and you'd have that. I didn't go high enough on here, but I'll try it again. But I think it would be a cute skirt, but you're going to have a top to it too. So let me see if I put a top on here. So basically what I'm just trying to do is recreate this curtain outfit for a Our Generation doll. And that would be the top of that. So I guess you could do it with that, make your own curtain type bottom on here and have that. I think it would look really cute if it was more fluffy. I think because this fabric is really good quality cotton, and I think it's just a little too thick. Because this curtain fabric, it hangs, it's so thin, it's a really thin muslin that I think it hangs really well. And the lace on this one is a really soft lace, where this is more of a thick lace. I've got some lace tulle. I was going to give that a try too. But anyway, that's how I end up with the perfect fit on these. So if you make your sloper, and then once you have it exactly the way you want it, this is good because with one of these you can, you know, design any kind of top you want, because you know you'll have a perfect fit on it. And I added a little bit on the bottom here because this one was too tight. I couldn't get the elastic waistband on there. But once you've got your sloper done, then you can just add in your seam allowances and go from there. But anyway, that's this is just a shoelace I cut down and put on some clear shrink tubing, so I could make it the size I wanted. I've been buying these, every time I see them, I've been buying these old shoelace, not old, they're brand new, at the thrift stores, because they're so expensive when you buy them in the stores. And then you can just cut them down to size, and then use either the clear or the white or whatever color you want, and just cut them down to the size you want. It's cheaper than buying them. But even still, with this one, you still have to put the arms towards the back to get them off. If you don't like that, you can always cut these down the back and put in Velcro. But let me show you what I mean about the difference between the Journey Girls and the Our Generation. There's quite a bit of difference in the size. So let me put this on her and I will show you what I mean. I tried to get it to fit, and there's just no way. There's just no way it's going to fit, not even in the back. So, see, you can see her arms. Nobody wants this on their dolls. And then on the front, that's the difference between the Journey Girls and the Our Generation. There's quite a bit of difference. So, and the armholes, everything completely different. So that's why if you think you can buy clothes, use the Journey Girl patterns for the bigger dolls, you can't. I mean, that's a cute, an open vest would be cute that way, but you'd still see all of the, if you're doing it without a blouse underneath, you'd still see all of her fabric underneath. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to go ahead and finish up making the sloper for her, and then I'll show you how to make this again. I don't think I ever did a video on it, but they're pretty simple. And now that I've got that crocodile, they're so simple to put the eyelets in. It's just a piece of cake. Okay, I'll talk to you later.